Can you add Dean as well? And also, I just wanted to
why do I wait? I'm sorry. Why do I need to add your bestie? Can't we just do a 1v1?
Well, I'm only going to be here for I think 12 more minutes because I'm going to a dinner.
Well, that's really strange. I thought you wanted to do a debate, Parker.
Well, I do, but this is the
well, then why is it that? Can I ask you a question first, real quick? Why is it that you refuse to fly out to California to do a debate with me, even if I pay for it?
So, for those of you who don't know, the Dark Crucible Inquisition is on panel shows all across the internet, day and night, with inquisitors absolutely destroying everything in their path as we light up the darkness with awesome argumentation, verbal rhetoric, and verbal combat. One such panel show that the Inquisition took over very early on.
I've got a fucking $1 million pussy. Just ask the last 1,982 guys.
What?
Such a slut. Courtney, it is confirmed. I'm a slut.
She told me one time she fucked a brother and his other brother the same night. I'm just saying what happened. It's true.
I live in California. I want to do a debate.
Great. Then why won't you do it? Can we do it next week?
I want to debate Brian, and Brian.
Yeah, that's nice. I'm not talking about Brian. I'm talking about me.
Can I debate 1v2? 1v2?
Yeah. Can you just debate me?
Can I do a 1v2?
Yeah. Why don't you debate him after me?
Why can't I do a 1v2?
Why? Because I want to do a 1v1, Parker.
Why can't I do a 1v2? All 1v2.
You can't. You can. But why do you need to? Can you explain why?
I want to talk to Brian as well.
Yeah, you can talk to Brian after we're done debating.
Brian's not going to debate me though.
Why? Why do you say that?
Because he's scared.
Well, okay. So how about this? How about we'll just do it right now, Parker? Why don't you tell me what your criticisms are of the Whatever podcast?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the day
just do one at a time. Shotgun.
Exactly.
He's saying that your seat on the panel now
your seat on the panel is $500. Yeah, gotcha. But obviously, that's not even worth the money there.
Oh, your entertainment's not worth it?
$500 for fucking Sarah's panel? No, not at all.
Okay, cool. Bye.
Yeah.
Later. Peace out.
Oh my god, that's crazy. The day of that we were going to show up on the Whatever podcast, both Dean and I, to debate Brian, you, and other people that you had on the Whatever podcast, you canceled day of and never rescheduled.
Andrew, I have a stupid question. So are we not men reached out to me and said that if I continue to platform Imperius, which I don't actually platform him, I just have him up occasionally when he has a point.
He never seems that crazy. When
that I would be thrown out of the Crucible or something.
So you're willing to debate all my different friends who are women, right, who might be less knowing about different topics, right, or in OnlyFans or whatnot, but you're not willing to debate Dean or I on that type of platform for some reason. Because
yes, I'm totally and completely okay. Parker,
gatekeepers can use that as a mechanism of control, right?
Here's the thing. Here's what I'll do. I'll compromise with you. How's that for fair? Now, I tried to do this with Dean before, by the way. Did you see the live of that, Parker?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, there was a live where Dean called me out and I had him come on my stream, and he agreed to do a fly-out debate, and then he refused. So here's my compromise to you.
I really need to have sex. Why am I not out there trying to have sex right now? Because I have a broken tailbone. That's the biggest complaint I have right now in life is that I cannot get on a dick. I'm having a one-night stand. I'm just having fun. I'm just fucking around. You're absolutely right. I love to drain balls. I love to fuck. I love anal beads. I love anal. I love everything sex. I love sex. No, I am a Catholic. Oh, I'm so comfortable talking about sex. And then you do it this way. And then you do it that way.
Will you debate with me and Brian, you and Dean, at the same time on your criticisms of the Whatever podcast?
Yeah, if we could also do other topics, I'd love to.
Yeah, what are the other topics that you want to do?
Sure. And Andrew, it's funny because I heard the same thing, especially when you first came onto the channel. There was individuals that were close to me that said that they heard from other individuals from the Crucible crew that if I platform Base Orc or other people that you don't like, that you would have a problem with.
I'd love to talk about Trump. That'd be great to talk about.
Yeah, we can talk about Trump.
Politics.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. Are you?
But we can start with the.
I see a narcissistic characteristic.
Wow.
So use people and throw them out. And that's what narcissists do.
Idea of your criticisms of the Whatever podcast, correct?
Oh, of course. I mean, we can talk about
and
that.
when can we schedule this?
Anytime.
Oh, well, let's schedule it now and let's do it live because that way you can't back out later.
Can you add Dean up too so we can schedule? because I needed him to be upset.
Yeah, add Dean. Add Dean. Yeah.
And also, Brian, can I get like a specific response of why you've been so scared to debate?
I was not offended that they called me slutty. Who the fuck cares? I'm the slut of all sluts. Who the fuck cares?
You're fucking the moderator. Bro, you're fucking the moderator.
Hold on. D needs to send another request in.
Okay.
I don't know why you're smug. Neither one of you are good debaters, and I'm going to crush both of you easily.
She's a lying, cheating. She did it to her husband. She did it to me. She did it to Michelle. She literally does this to everyone she knows. She tries to hide it under the guise of like, oh, I'm doing this for my daughter.
Help out with the Friday Tomato Fund. Memberships are available and every little bit helps. Yes, thank you.
And you're making hundreds of dollars off of her diabetes diagnosis. At the same time, you're cutting out everybody that helps you get that money for her. Like, I started a fundraiser for her, and she told me I didn't do it right. She's a fucking piece of shit.
Mm-hmm. And you have to say that to make yourself feel better. It's okay. But
I mean, we'll
Brian,
see. We'll see live, Parker. Like, I've debated with you before, and you failed multiple times. You didn't even know it was me.
I have a good idea.
That's how bad you are at it,
Brian.
Well, here's what I want to do. Here's what
I
I
have a
want
good
to
idea.
do.
I have a good idea. How about we schedule our debate for right now? Why is slut shaming good?
He's the biggest grifter I've ever met, and I'm actually so sad to say that I brought her up.
You created a monster, actually. Damn.
I only have like what 9 minutes more left.
Yeah, he only has 9 minutes.
Yeah, I have a dinner with my girlfriend and my family.
Yeah, this is.
I already have a little bit as well. 9 minutes. Let's run it real quick.
No, let's do an in-person debate.
God, I want to debate right here, right now.
Wait, but Brian, will you be involved in that debate, or are you going to run away from that?
Yes.
Yeah,
2v1.
I'm
Under
down
criticisms
to-
or whatever.
I'm down.
Tamara Rote is the wife of a Baltimore police officer and has been setting up fundraisers for the so-called Baltimore Six. Sarah, thank you for being here. So your first attempt to set up
for the 2v2.
Okay, perfect. That sounds great. In person
When?
2v2, which day?
Yeah, we want to know when.
God,
And you both have to come. You both have to come.
I have an idea. I'm not gonna lie, Brian.
Did y'all see the pictures I posted of her? Those were post and pre-Botox and injections.
The Landstar didn't even call that one.
No, I knew that she takes Botox, but I didn't know that the pictures were correlated because she was much younger then. She looked more
She was
wrinkly.
much younger then, and she looked worse.
Spent $535 on a plane ticket out to LA a couple months
If
ago.
you guys show up, I'll
Cancel-
reimburse it.
You
If
cancel
you guys show up,
on
I'll
me.
reimburse it.
One
If
moment.
you guys show up, I'll reimburse it.
One moment. And then you cancel on me day of, and you do not, and you fail to reschedule. I would be more than willing to debate you guys in an online setting, but I will not be dedicating my attention, focus.
Okay, then get out of here. Goodbye.
Yes, sir. Crucible Crew.
So you're scared of
Yeah,
me?
then
running-
goodbye. You already made
Andrew's
the agreement
running.
and you lied. Bro, you made the
Andrew's
agreement
running.
to me and you lied.
Yeah, and then I backed out of.
Yeah, you
I mean, I could go to the bar right now and probably bring back a couple dudes.
backed out. Exactly. You backed out, you coward. You
I'm not a
fucking
coward because I'll debate you online. You're scared of me.
Why does it have to be online?
Her husband called me so many times that night as I was home in my bed, mind you. And I said, look, I don't know what she's doing. She did leave with this guy. I'm sorry, I don't know. And she literally told her husband that nothing happened except they talked.
Because you're not worth my
You
time.
cheat, Dean,
I'm too
like you
expensive
did
for
when
you.
Parker was feeding you information in your Fuentes debate. You were cheating.
Oh, wow. So do you want me to close my eyes and debate you with my eyes
No,
closed?
I want you to
Because
show
I'm
up with your
smarter than
facts,
you?
with your stats, and I don't want it to be me versus 5,000, but me versus you.
Andrew, Andrew, I'm going to mog you right now. So I will debate you online with my eyes
You
closed.
could never mog me in a million years, you grifting scumbag. Remember when you
I
did
mog
the
you
whole?
every day.
Do you
I mog you
remember?
every
Do
day.
you remember when you pretended you were Andrew Tate? Do you remember that?
Oh man,
Yeah,
well,
that was
you showed up
hilarious.
on Bible and you-
It was. I mean, it was hilarious for all the wrong reasons. But this aside, you're not going to ever mog anything.
I
Do
already
you want to do?
I already
Parker
do.
came on and made the agreement to do a 2v2,
I'll
and
do
now
it.
is refusing.
All
No,
1v2.
let's do it right
Also
now.
1v2. All 1v2
Let's-
online or
Okay,
in person.
goodbye,
Right
goodbye,
now.
Dean. You already backed
He's running
out.
away.
Goodbye.
Andrew's
I
backing
can't
out.
run away from a debate you won't accept.
I'm accepting
He said
it. I want
online.
to do it right now.
Wait, Andrew,
Yeah,
why-
you say
Andrew,
you'll only do it on. Why won't you do it in
Andrew,
person,
Andrew, Andrew,
Because
I'll
you're
do-
not worth
I'll-
my time. I'm bigger.
They-
than you.
yeah, I have a
I'm
way
taller
bigger
than you.
platform than you by engagement.
No, you don't.
Bigger.
What are
Yes,
you talking
I do.
about?
My average
Andrew,
live
you're
streams got
delusional.
between 5,000 to 7,000 per debate. What about
Yeah,
you?
we get more
Oh
than
my
that.
God.
What are
Where are you at right this second?
Be
Yeah,
quiet, be
just
quiet.
stop. It's cope. Where are you at on YouTube, Parker? When you go live, where are you at?
you- YouTube or here on TikTok where my platform
Yeah,
is.
YouTube.
Oh,
TikTok's
YouTube,
easy
I don't
to
go
get
live on
viewers.
YouTube.
wait, if
Yeah,
TikTok was
yeah,
so
TikTok's
easy,
super easy.
Wait,
if
Andrew, what do you get
TikTok
when
was
you go on
super easy-
TikTok?
If TikTok was super easy, how come you guys had
Me?
100 viewers before Parker rated you?
Because it's the first time he's ever gone live.
Oh, but I thought it was easy, Andrew. What happened?
It is easy.
Oh, so
wait,
the
Dean, how
live
many
video-
viewers did you get the first time you came on live, Dean?
Oh, I think I got, what was it, 1.7 thousand? The very first
Wow, yeah, because it's super easy.
Oh,
but like he had 100 by himself. Okay.
Yeah, no, I can
You're
completely
punching up on
Andrew,
By the way,
Andrew, have you ever hosted
Dean,
a live?
Dean,
Andrew, have you ever hosted a
can you
live?
help me out? Yeah,
Okay, how many viewers did you get?
I think it was 1.7.
1.7? Okay,
Yeah.
so only once?
That was the only time I ever did it. Yeah.
Only one live.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
What are you mooing about? Do you have proof to the contrary, Parker?
Wait.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be able to.
Hey,
verify,
okay, hang on.
just
Can you
like
let Dean? Can you let
Yeah.
Parker talk?
Instead
So
of
Parker,
No,
can you show me proof to the contrary, Parker?
That wouldn't make any sense. It's like saying, "Show me proof unicorns don't
Well,
exist."
then here's the thing, though.
Show me proof unicorns don't exist, Andrew.
Oh, I'm sorry, Parker.
Can
Let
you
me
show
get
me
this
proof
right.
unicorns
You
don't
just
exist?
smugly said as though you doubted it.
Yeah. What?
Why? Based on?
Because I don't trust your character. I don't trust.
Oh,
what you
I don't
said.
trust your character, Parker, because
Okay,
you've
are we
already
gonna debate
lied.
or is Andrew
You
still gonna
guys already lied about showing up to do a live debate. So
I never
here's
lied.
what I'm willing,
I never lied.
Here's
You
what
guys
I'm willing to
canceled
hang
day
on.
of. What are you
Here's what I'm
talking
willing to
about?
do. Since Dean refuses to show up,
Found out she
You're right
was a
about it.
stripper, right?
Like a real stripper?
Yeah, she was an actual stripper. That's where she met her ex-husband. He was still married.
Not OnlyFans, like a real, like an actual stripper.
No, she literally stripped in a strip club. That's where I'm not kidding. I'm not even joking. She's such a Catholic woman. She met him at a strip club. She seduced him. He was still married to his ex-wife. She took him from his ex-wife. She stripped for years.
Oh my god, I was wondering why she hated Ganstar so much. He like predicted everything.
Speaking
He didn't
from
know
real
it.
life, not just YouTube. She is such a bad human in general. Like, she's just so gross.
you'll
God,
do a
because you're not
1v2,
worth my
Parker.
time. I'll debate you right here, right now.
Let's
from
debate
the-
I
online.
know.
Andrew,
do
why
it
won't you
online.
debate online? Why won't you debate
Because
online?
I know that Dean cheated. I
Oh
saw
my
it happen.
Cheats?
Mhm.
Cheats? What?
Yeah.
And she literally gets Botox injections and fillers done every 6 weeks. So I told her from the get-go, I was like, if you're really that worried about your daughter's injections, wouldn't you just forego your plastic surgery shit and pay for your daughter's diabetes care? She wouldn't answer me. And it was shortly after that I got cut loose.
Okay, look at this. I'm not even home. I'm not in the studio.
He'll debate you blindfolded. Okay?
Yes, I will
How about
debate
that?
you blindfolded.
Okay, well then, here's what we'll do then.
Look at the common denominator. How many people that Sarah's known for at least a year or more are still talking to her? Based Oracle doesn't speak to her. Michelle doesn't speak to her. You don't
Based
know.
Oracle blocked her after their NYC banging trip.
So why is that? That's the question the audience should ask themselves: is why every time she gets to know somebody for over a year, there's always a fallout. And
Because she's a fucking bitch.
Parker, we'll drop you, and I'll do a 1v1 team right now.
Okay, well, I mean, I got to go anyway. So, I mean, I'll
Okay,
be
see you
quiet.
later.
I'll be quiet just until I have to.
No, you'll just leave. And
I'll
I'll do
mute.
the 1v1 now.
That was kind of like a point that Base Oracle brought up to you, saying that you control these content creators, saying that what they can or cannot post.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think so, but he was in my he's like, hey, you're gonna risk the consequences of platforming Imperius.
Wait, so hold on. Before we do that, I'm fine to have you guys do the 1v1.
Mhm.
Dean, what are your actual objections to doing a 2v2 in person? I'd much prefer to do this in person.
Is it a big player?
No, they're
think he's
matched
at
enough,
2K.
but it's more of like we would be going backwards by engaging with that person. We don't want to bring any more attention to it than what they already get.
Yeah.
You start talking about it and engaging with it, you're only going to make it more.
Do you want me to be honest with you? You're not worth my time.
Oh, then why are you here?
Because you're worth this much amount of time, but not.
Oh, okay. So worth your time, but we're not worth your time. That makes a lot.
Wait, he meant like to go in person and fly. You understand the difference between
Yeah.
flying to someone in person versus like debating them on an online space? So like, why won't
so
you just do
who?
it on an
So
online
who's?
space?
So wait. So whose live is worth going on?
It's online, then it's fine.
No, whose live is
In
worth going on
person?
in person? Yeah.
In person? Well, like Jubilee,
Mhm.
like he did.
Yeah, I've
Or
been on
like when
Jubilee
we went to the White House, like because we got invited by the president, like that's something like that.
So, wait a second. So, for creators, haven't you gone in person to other creators who have smaller platforms than Brian?
Who?
I'm asking you.
No, I
you?
haven't. No.
Not you, Dean.
Dean hasn't.
Nope.
Wait,
You've never done it. You've never. Are you sure?
bro, Dean, you went on Steiny's.
Yeah, and that was way bigger than yours.
Yeah, sorry, Brian.
Dude, you're like, dude, I'm sorry, Brian, but you're kind of like irrelevant, bro.
Also, like, can I also just point it out there that Steiny flew me out on a semi-private airline and then put me up in a very fine hotel for a night.
I'll
And
fly you out first class and give you a hotel room.
Okay. Well, Andrew, you're not
Okay,
even going
so
to make
what's
money off of that, so I wonder where you're getting that money from.
What do you mean?
Well, shit.
It's
Dude,
just-
I'm sorry.
Brian
I'm sorry,
doesn't pay
Parker.
you.
Parker, you might want to look
Brian
this up.
doesn't pay you.
I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm consistently in the top 5 most super chatted shows in the United States. I don't know if you knew that.
Okay, well, I'm just saying Brian doesn't pay you.
Oh God. Okay.
I don't. Do I need Brian to pay me?
What's with the meta conversation? I have like 10 minutes myself. Parker has to dip here soon. Why is slut shaming good?
Yeah, we're not getting into that just yet. We're finishing the combo here.
Guys, wasting my time. See, this
He's
is
like, I only
You
want a
don't-
meta
I don't
combo.
understand why the time. I want to know a few things from you.
Oh
The
my
first thing, Dean, that I'd like to
Wait,
know.
Andrew, just
is
answer the question. Why is slut shaming
stop
good?
talking, Parker.
Why is
Stop-
slut shaming
stop
good?
talking.
Answer the
Stop
question.
talking,
Nothing but
Parker.
debating.
I'm going to answer the question, but first, I want to finish this. So, Dean, you came on my stream live. You agree that that's true after you called me out via somebody else's stream. That is correct, right?
Yeah.
Okay. On that stream, you made an agreement that you would come on the Whatever podcast for 2 events. One event would be a debate. The other event would be that you would mingle with the crowd itself and get the feel for the show so that you could make sure that your criticisms were valid, which I thought was fair. We both entered into that agreement live. And now later you're backing out of the agreement. So let me ask you this. If it's that you're unwilling to do it on Brian's venue for whatever reason, because you have some bad history with him, can we select a different venue for this live debate?
We literally fed her everything she ever posted. She stole all of her ideas from us, never gave us the credit. For me, she just completely cut me out. For Michelle, she cut her out and then didn't even pay Michelle for the last 2 months of work Michelle did.
Be my reference for your cheating?
No, I have a counter offer. So here's what we'll do. This will be really funny, and the clips will be like top tier. What we should do.
If you want to try to use your kid as a reason for your donations after a post of the debate that you made saying like, I fucked the moderator, LOL, and then have your daughter's name on the back of it, I thought it was so disgusting.
Because that just tells me that I'm good at what I do.
Okay. Well, let's, I'll tell you what, turn on your webcam, put on the blindfold, let's go.
Okay, I got to get going now, but
Yeah, go. Goodbye, Parker.
appreciate
See you
y'all.
later.
Have fun, Dean.
Let's do it, Dean.
All right, I have about 10 minutes here before me and my girlfriend go down to Best Buy.
Get the blindfold on, Dean. Stop talking.
Oh, you don't
It's
like
the
it?
thing.
Not a lot of
Yeah,
people
I'm
do.
just, we'll talk as soon as you hold your end of the bargain, which you're bad at doing.
All right, Mr. Andrew. So go ahead and give me the argument here. Why is slut shaming a good thing?
Yeah, get your blindfold on first, Dean.
You're funny, Andrew.
I know.
Also, I will ask you just.
What about when you were saying the N slur? Was your heart racing there?
Oh no, because that's when I was 14 and a lot like you. I bet you're mad that I was just as mature as you are today at the age of 14, sir. You should grow up. Kind of
Oh,
like
man. Oh, boy, you got me with that.
Well,
All right,
let's
you got your
see, why is
blindfold
slut
on.
shaming good?
So, yeah, I think that social shaming in general is good. And I think that if you want to see less sleuths in society, that social shame is going to assist with that.
All right, now I'd like to pick up where you left off with the prior guest. You had asked that guest why they do not think that promiscuity is wrong, and then they were like, I don't think it's wrong because I feel like I don't think it's wrong. And you said,
Sure.
well, you actually have to give reason. And I'd actually...
No, I didn't. No, Dean, that's incorrect. I didn't say you have to give a reason. I just said if your reason is just because I feel that way, then it's a perfectly good counter to say, well, then my reason is because I feel that way.
Ah, perfect. So I'll expand a little bit on what she was trying to say, as I would entail that given my own position. Promiscuity, I do not believe...
Wait, hang on. What do you mean you would entail? What does that mean?
Can you repeat what I just said? I'm talking so fast.
Yeah, well, I just want to make sure that I understand what you mean by entail. An entailment is what?
I give an X is typically what an entailment is. But to clarify on what
Wait, can you say that again? I didn't hear you. Very quiet.
Why give an X is what an entailment is. But what have you just given?
Okay.
Oh my God.
I don't understand. I just want to know what an entailment is.
Yeah, I told you what an entailment is. It's why.
Okay, tell me again, but be very clear.
Why given X?
Why given X is an entailment?
Yeah. Now I'm going to go back to what I was saying. I don't think.
Yeah. Can you walk me through how y given X, what that means?
Shit, Andrew, you want to do anything?
I want to be highly specific with our language, Dean. Semantics are super important in a debate. You agree, right?
I actually don't think that the use of that word in that context was important at all, as it wasn't relevant to...
Well, entailment's a philosophical term. It's relevant. So can you just very quickly walk me through it?
Listen, it wasn't only her stripping. She actually had sugar daddies. She told me about it. Everything I'm saying is 100% truth.
Right, that's what
I
I'm saying. I've never
literally
heard
put my children's lives on it. She is 100% a stripper, And she has had guys pay her. One guy paid her while she was married to go to New York, and he just paid her to eat her pussy while she went out with him at night.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's the ultimate simp.
While she was married. One time while she was married, we went to a bar in Oklahoma City, and she literally picked up this dude. We called him Batman because he was dressed up as Batman for Halloween. She stayed the night with him.
I don't think it's relevant.
Well, I'm sorry. So when
Can you
we're doing
demonstrate the relevance of
when
me
we're
telling
doing when we're doing a
this?
debate,
That's not
yeah,
relevant
when we're doing if we're doing a debate, a philosophical debate,
You
and
know
you say
what?
the word
What's a fire truck? I think that's relevant.
yeah,
Fire
yeah. So
truck.
anyway, so if we're doing a philosophical debate and you're talking about semantics and you say a word like entailment, which is a loaded philosophical term, I need to know what you mean by that.
Okay. Well, how about I refuse because I want to stay on track. So you're making
Hang on, this is on track. You don't have the mute button. We're doing
my
a philosophical debate. Can you please explain to me what entailment means?
Oh, all right. Such as a logical entailment. It's just gonna say if X is true, then Y must also be true. But I don't.
No,
see
that's not what an entailment is.
Okay, that's how I use the term entailment. Do you use it?
You use your own term for philosophical entailment?
When we define
Really?
any words that we use in any colloquial sense in any conversation.
Yeah, you can, but they have to make sense. So all you mean by entailment is if X, then Y?
Yes.
No. Oh, okay. Well, then I'll remember that that's what entailment means. Go ahead.
Thank you. So now, anyways, back to what matters, because you don't want to talk about it. You're making the claim that I have to have some reason to justify the position that promiscuity isn't wrong.
I didn't make that claim.
Okay, you made that claim to the prior.
When did I make the claim? What was my actual position? Can you steel man it for me?
Of course. You made the claim,
Go ahead.
well, first of all, she made the statement that it's not bad because I feel like it's not bad. And then you made the statement, well, if you want to say that, then I could say it's bad because I feel like it's bad. But
Yeah, what's wrong? What's the problem with that?
yeah, because I would say that we have to posit reason for any positive statement, even in the
Why?
negativity,
Yeah, why?
because we should have reason for the things that we believe.
Why?
Because we want to be reasonable people. Are you saying that?
Yeah, but that doesn't. Wait. So we should use reason because we should use reason, Dean.
Yeah.
Is that right, Dean? We should use reason because we should use reason. Boy, you really thought that one out.
In fact, that's not what I said. That was a.
He's fucking stupid. How did you ever think you could take me on, Dean? All right. So we should use reason because we
Wait,
should use
Andrew,
reason.
I'd
Go
actually
ahead.
like to clarify that. I actually think it's funny that you think you could take me on because the only way
You're
that
getting destroyed, Dean. It's not, dude. It's not even close. But keep going.
Andrew,
I
that's the
can't wait
thing.
to hear.
I'm not getting destroyed at all because you just told me the only way to justify
Yeah, just keep telling
is
yourself
to be
that.
reasonable. You keep telling yourself.
No,
that
no. You said that
I'm
reason.
sorry,
You
hold
said
on,
the
hold
reason
on.
that we should use reason is because it's reasonable.
Actually, that's not what I said. I'd like to correct you.
Okay, then why should we use reason?
Yeah, because axiomatically speaking, we should all want to be reasonable individuals. And being a reasonable...
What is that? Well, wait. Okay, well, Dean, axiomatically speaking, we shouldn't all be reasonable.
Person, Andrew? Oh,
Yeah, it's just an axiom, Dean. It's just an axiom, Dean. What's wrong with an axiom?
Tell me that you don't want to be a reasonable person. Tell me that you don't
Well,
want to
if you state that axiomatically,
you can't even argue.
you're still spurging, Dean. You're still
taking the
spurging.
blindfold off.
You're
because
spurging. Why?
Because
You're freaking out.
that
Dean, you're spurging out
You
bad.
have to be an unreasonable
You're
person.
really spurging,
with
Dean.
Unjustified claims without evidence in order to
Boy,
make
you're
sure
really
that someone
spurging, Dean.
works.
So anyway, Dean, when you say that something
wait,
something
hold
is
on, hold on.
axiomatic,
Wait. Sorry, Andrew, I got to interrupt. Dean, you're in breach. You're breaching the agreed upon terms.
yeah,
Put
but he
the
does that.
Back on.
They do lie. He does lie a lot.
I'm in like the ninth circle of hell here. I have a blindfold on my face and screaming at me. Why should you be? You know,
Nobody screams. No, the only one screaming is you, Dean.
Do you have a pink blindfold you could use?
no, I don't.
So anyway, Dean, why should we use axioms?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm not answering.
I don't understand what you're not going to answer my question. You don't know why we should use axioms.
Yeah, because I want to debate you on your position at slut-shaming.
Yeah, and we are debating on the position. We're starting with with what you consider a philosophical entailment, which is if A then B. Okay, you seem to be very upset. Do you want to do this debate or not?
Yeah, I asked you a question. Walk me through.
Okay, what's the question?
The original prompts. Demonstrate. the
Yeah,
right.
we're talking about the original prompt. I'm talking to you right now about the original prompt. You say that, and so your criticism, if I can steel man you, if you don't mind, is that an entailment is if A then B. Okay, but also that it was incorrect for me to do an internal critique of somebody else's position if they say that based on their feelings X is true, and I can't say, well, then therefore based on my feelings Y is true. So then we went into meta-ethics, which we would have to do in order to make a determination about truth claims at all, about knowledge claims at all. And so we're starting with the premise of what is an axiom and why ought we use one, D?
Okay, Andrew. So here's where you missed out. So it was on the second part where you said that I had said that in order for her position to be true, that yours also has to be true. And you're saying that I denied you. I'll go ahead and reposit my claim. However, I'd like to be very clear to Andrew, to Brian, and to everybody watching that if you just allow me a minute to speak. Andrew doesn't feel comfortable talking about what really matters here, such as the morality of slut shaming. And Ryan,
well, hang on, morality. Wait. Well, we're talking about meta ethics. That is related to morality. Right now, I'm just trying to figure out from your perspective why we should use axioms when we're making moral claims.
I actually was making a descriptive claim. You can't track.
Okay, what's descriptive about your claim?
Yes, I said that I said that we should be reasonable.
That's an ought claim, not a descriptive claim.
But the should there,
what does the word should mean, Dean?
Should can exist in a normative.
You should really take my course on debating, Dean. It would help you.
So no, when we're talking about normativity, you could have a normative ought and a non-normative ought, and typically,
what's a non-normative ought?
Yeah, because they're going to be conducive to some goal, right? Aside from like your ethical principles. Like for instance, I could give you.
Okay. Oh, so wait a second. I just want to make sure. You're making a moral.
Like when she was joking about that before, I laughed because I literally feel like it's for real. When we were in the military together, she used to have threesomes and then even like orgies, I guess, with dudes and chicks that we were in the military with.
Claim that is not an ought claim. Is that correct?
No, it's not a moral claim, yet it is.
No, it's not a moral claim.
Right? For instance, if we're playing chess and the best way for me to make is to move a pawn up a square, I'd say it'd be good for me to move that pawn. But when I say it'd be good for me to move that pawn, am I saying it's a morally good thing for me to move that pawn, Andrew?
No, but if you're making a moral claim when you say should, if you're making you made a moral claim and said should. That's an ought for morality. Okay, but go ahead, restate your position. Go ahead,
Dean. Just
don't mute him, Brian. Never mute him. Unmute him.
I'm going to let them both speak, but you guys got to let each other talk. Okay, just let me finish your
Fair
sentence.
enough. Go ahead, Dean.
Go ahead, Dean. Go ahead.
Thank you. So I'm happy that I could clear up that non-normative oughts could exist with my example of a chess game. Now that we move past this pedantic bullshit, here's what I want to tell you. You cannot give
No. Well, hang on. There's just one more clarifier. When you say normative, you said a non-normative claim. I just want to make sure when you say normative, I just want to make sure when you say normative going forward, you're not saying ought, right? When you say normative, you're not saying ought, you're saying something else?
So once again, I've described this to you twice already. I'll describe it for a third time. You could have normative should claims, meaning that it's morally good to do something, and you could have descriptive should claims, insofar as it's conducive towards a goal.
Got it. So what was the descriptive part of your claim?
Yeah, it's like the descriptive part of the claim was to say that we should be reasonable insofar as that's conducive towards the goal of a higher level of rationale. Now, if you will let me get back to the fucking topic, all you want to do in this meta conversation, because you can't give me one good reason why promiscuity is wrong.
You mean a good reason why you should not be promiscuous?
Why is promiscuity inherently wrong?
Oh, inherently wrong. Well, let's clear up a few terms. So I just want to make sure, what does wrong mean?
Something you shouldn't do, in this sense.
Okay, so it is a normative claim?
Yeah, I'm guessing you're making a normative claim in the background, Andrew.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just want to make sure. So when we say wrong, okay, but Dean, there's a reason we're clearing this up. When you say wrong, you mean immoral, right?
Yeah, wrong means shouldn't, means moral, and the normative sense that you're describing when you make the claim that solution is good. I'm guessing you mean that normatively, right?
As a moral ought.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm running a counter argument against you. I'm internally critiquing your stance. So when I say, give me a reason why
I see.
Wrong, go for it.
Yeah. So let's dive through this. So we'll just kind of start at the beginning, and then we'll move it through until we get to the end.
5 more minutes. I just want to make that clear.
Okay. Yeah. So let's start with a normative claim that shame is a useful tool. Okay. Well, I'll start with this. Shame is a useful tool when you're trying to mold society into, X thing that you want. Shame can be a useful tool. Why we ought to use shame is because we can utilize that as some type of imperative to any type of morality that we're trying to produce on society. Use a utilitarian or whatever would basically agree that this is the case, right?
I generally agree that it's okay to shame bad things.
Yeah. So it's an effective method, and you would agree from your worldview that shame ought to be employed at times, right?
Yeah, it's generally good. It's a good thing to shame bad things. Now, my question: give me one reason why promiscuity is wrong.
Give me one reason why murder is.
Yeah, one reason why murder is wrong is because it's a violation. That was a damning non-answer. Stop pivoting and answer mine.
Wait. I'm sorry. What was your answer?
Yeah, it's a rights violation. Now, give me a reason.
Oh, okay.
Wrong.
It's a rights violation. Okay. Hang on, Dean. We're just making sure we get the terms clarified. When you say rights, where do rights exist?
I'm not going into the meta-ethical conversation with you. This is a pivot. I'm failing to.
It's not a pivot for us to clarify language.
It is. It is absolutely a pivot.
Yeah. So you won't get into meta ethics.
I'm not going to get into your pivot now. I refuse.
So I don't understand how am I supposed to debate with you on these terms if we can't get to the meta ethics so that we can decide which terms are what, why they're that way, and then how we can actually hang on, Dean, calm down. I honestly want to do this with you. I just want to clear this stuff up. That's it.
Holy shit. Andrew, but we actually shouldn't even be debating about this right now because I asked you for one reason.
Should it in a normative sense or a non-normative sense?
Non-normative sense. So I asked you for one reason.
Non-normative. Okay. So in a descriptive sense, we shouldn't be debating it.
4, good boy. Allow me to finish. So I asked you for one reason why promiscuity.
You still got the blindfold on.
Because, I mean, we're not, I'm just.
You're just cheating.
Yeah, I mean, it's really nice to use the whole like, oh, the show, we, and all your HR talk, but you have not earned the place of dictating what I do in this space.
And might I add, like, Michelle is a paid person of the show. You are now a direct representation of the show. You are a piece of it. You are connected to it. And if you're going to represent the show, I still have, I don't even want to call it power, but I still have that hold to say, this is the show and how we are represented.
That's a good point. If there's money being exchanged.
To date, I've been paid about $110 from Sarah. Like, we are not in like, shut up and do what I say type sort of money. I've done you massive amounts of work and contributed and invested my time. And I very simply won't be told what I am allowed to talk about with whom under any circumstance. That's not okay. And that isn't how you treat your friends. You can go ahead and say I'm an employee. I'm not an employee anymore. And I'm definitely not your friend anymore either. I feel like she's taking YouTube and she's becoming like a different person. And the way that she's like manipulated me and then even throwing her kids into it, I've done nothing but care about her and her kids for the last 2 fucking years.
Because I don't understand what you mean by the term. Yeah, so because I don't understand what you mean by the term wrong. I don't understand what you mean by the term wrong. I don't understand what that means.
One, good boy. Allow me to finish. Andrew, stop.
You just told me. You just asked me the question.
3, 2.
How are you going to ask me a question and then when I answer it, you start counting? Why are you still counting? Can you just engage, Dean?
Demonstrate more maturity than my 6-year-old nephew. You have one.
Yeah, I don't know. You're the one. Bro, you asked me a question, and when I answered it, you cut in.
I was not asking you a question. In fact, I was in the middle of a statement. I was not asking you a question.
Okay.
Getting old.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead with your statement. Go ahead.
But that's okay. Don't worry. I'll catch you up to speed. So here's the big issue. At this
Hang on, woman, bring me another beer.
All right.
You can ask your grandma or whoever's house you're living at. She'll grab you a beer. But go ahead.
Oh, I am living at my grandparents', but luckily right now I'm at the girlfriend's house. And unlike you, I don't treat women in my life like shit, and that's why I won't die alone. Anyways, going back.
I'm married, Dean. I'm married.
Yeah, that's the thing. You will still die alone, unfortunately, most likely. I mean, at some point we all have. And if you
what?
Dean,
why?
Make an argument. Make an
okay.
argument, Dean.
Yeah, go ahead, Dean.
Feelings getting hurt. I'll bow the knee on that topic, going back to what I originally came here to discuss. So I asked you for one reason why promiscuity is wrong, and to be honest, in a yes or no, have you answered that question?
Oh, well, I don't understand the coherency of the question.
Dean, let him.
I have to listen. I have to understand what you mean by these terms. Do you know why? So hang on, Dean? Let me explain. You agree with me? I'll just ask you this question. Do you agree with me that people can come up with any definition they want for a word? Any definition they want, they can come up with, right?
Yeah, sure. I'll clear the air. I understand exactly what you're asking for.
Great. So then the thing is that hang on, Dean. I'm just going to follow up real quick, and then I'll let you talk. So if that is the case, and it is the case that everybody can have their own definitions of everything, when we're getting into these moral claims, you're asking me to give you a moral reason why X is wrong. Then we need to know what we mean by morals. We need to know exactly what you mean when you're asking me what wrong is. And we need to know what these things are. That's why the meta-ethical discussion is so important. But anyway, go ahead.
Of course.
Hey, yep, blindfold. Hey,
Yeah,
Dean. Thank you, Dean.
Okay, and if you're curious what's behind my phone, it is my girlfriend folding her clothes. Anyways, I don't think that I'll be cheating. Anyways, so I asked you for one reason why promiscuity is morally wrong.
That's a loaded question.
So when we say morally wrong, all that we're saying is that it's something that you shouldn't do in a normative sense. And insofar as where this wrongness is generated from, this would be held given your view, as this is an internal critique. So I am not subjugating you, right, to my view. So
I'm not critiquing your view. I'm asking simply. So hang on. I'm not critiquing your view. I'm not doing an internal critique. I agree that you're doing an internal critique of my view, and I'm happy to answer these things. But Dean, listen, just chill out, bro. I just listened to what you said. But what you're asking are loaded philosophical terms,
That's
and
not
so forth.
Loaded question to ask you for a reason.
Bro, would you calm down?
Dude,
again.
If there's a white supremacist on the street,
Boy, man, you're
saying
really
that
freaking out here, Dean.
1 second.
You need to stop spurging, bro.
If there's like a Christian evangelicus on the street and they're like preaching,
What's an evangelicus?
Oh, I'm not answering that question. And they're preaching that it's wrong.
Oh, you don't know what an I've never heard. Is evangelicus a word? I'm looking it up.
I mispronounced it, but it's going to be typically more
evangelicus.
Catholic Church down south, particularly.
No, you mean an evangelist, not an evangelicus. Okay, gotcha.
So, are you going to highlight the fact that I mispronounced that word? Are you going to listen to me insofar as why you will not answer the question?
Words matter, Dean. I'm just trying to be very specific here.
I actually doubt that there was any level of relevance to you interrupting me and correcting my pronunciation of the word. You just cannot.
I want to make sure I know what you're talking about, Dean. I'm sorry.
I actually completely doubt that. I think that you can't hang.
Well, I mean, you doubt. I'm sorry you doubt things.
Talk about anything.
Sorry about your emotional state, Dean.
Well, I appreciate you apologizing for my emotional state, as you're the one that.
Yeah. I am sorry that you're in that emotional state. Yes.
So, anyways, I will go and repeat what I said. It is not a philosophically loaded question for me to ask you a reason why you think something's bad. If you continue to posit the view that it is, I will leave because you're not worth my time.
Okay, well, nobody cares if you leave, Dean. Go ahead.
Okay, so you're refusing to answer the question.
No, I just want to dive in. I want to dive in, bro. Do you agree with me that it's highly important? Semantics in the debate are highly important. The meta-ethical foundation, what we mean by terms, is absolutely important. Before we can.
Let them.
No, you don't. You don't agree.
Let each other finish, please. Let each other finish.
I don't think that your meta-ethical view, insofar is the internal critique that I'm running on you on where you think wrongness is derived of.
Yeah, but I need to understand what you're asking. Yeah, well, where it's the right. Listen, that's fair. Like it's fair to run Dean. You can run your internal critique. All we have to do is clarify some meta ethics. That's it.
Well, if I'm running an internal critique, what meta ethical framework would we be operating under?
My understanding of the coherency of what you're asking.
No, it is your understanding of how you view meta ethics. Why is it relevant for us to talk about my view on that?
Because you said the word wrong. You're asking me about the word wrong.
Yes, but
and so it's important for me. Hang on, bro. Do you want me to answer?
Your view.
All right, you let me know.
Andrew,
Okay, so real quick, Dean. There's a couple things here. First, nobody gives a shit if you leave. Second, okay, it's super important for me to understand the cohesiveness of the terms that you're using when you're asking me these questions so that I can give you the answers to them. This is Philosophy 101. There's a course you should take. It's called Debate University. You would get a lot of value out of it. Right now it's on sale through the new year, bud.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just posit this as a last statement. If you can't answer my question following from this, I'm going to go ahead and dip. So all that I've tried to do in the entire time that this debate has been unfolding is I've tried to ask you one simple question. The one simple question that I've tried to ask you is give me one reason why you think promiscuity is wrong. Okay? And in our conversation so far, allow me to finish before you interject. You've asked me about my meta-ethical framework. You've asked me about what I mean by an entailment. You've asked me what I mean by an axiom. You've tried to talk to me about how you pronounce like certain words related to the Christian faith. But meanwhile, you've been able to successfully evade everything but giving me an answer to that question. In fact, the first time I asked you this question, on can you name one reason why promiscuity is wrong, you literally responded to me by asking me for a reason why I think murder is wrong. So, Andrew, and in good faith, I will ask you one last time. The question I'm asking you very specifically is, are you able, literally, I don't even know if you're able to do this, your abstract thinking ability is incredibly low, are you able to name one singular reason why promiscuity is wrong? Now, it is important for me to clarify in terms because you deem semantics to be incredibly valuable and important to these conversations.
Yes.
When I am asking you for one reason why you deem this to be wrong, all that I'm asking you is, why do you think that this is something that we shouldn't do? I don't care what your ethical framework is. I don't care if you think that this is something that we shouldn't do objectively or subjectively. I don't really care what your normative view is. All that I want is for one reason why this would sufficiently justify your normative criteria. Insofar as why
Hang on 1 second, Dean. There's this thing going off. Hang on. Okay, go ahead.
What the fuck is that?
So I've already clarified that I don't care about your
Thank you, I
and I
guess.
don't really care about your normative view that much either, because at the end of the day, all that I'm asking for is your internal reasons why this sufficiently justifies your standard for moral wrongness under your normative view. So at this point, the same way I'd ask someone that thinks being gay is wrong, why they think being gay is wrong, the same way I'd ask someone that thinks racism isn't wrong is, why do they think that racism is good? I'm asking you to provide one singular reason why promiscuity is wrong.
And I can't wait to do that. I just want to ask you a couple of clarifying questions. That's all I'm asking for.
Here, Dean, hold on. Andrew, if Dean answers the questions, like how long will it, like 3 minutes, 2 minutes? How long do you
just a few questions so that we can clear up a few.
Okay, do you need 2
semantics.
minutes? Andrew, how much?
Give me like just a few questions. Maybe like 2-3 questions.
Okay, Dean, is that okay? Dean, can you answer just 2 or 3 questions for Andrew?
I failed to see any possible question that would be relevant. What are your questions? I mean, let's see if they're relevant.
Well, okay, so
answer them, and then...
so the first question is, what does wrong mean when you're asking me if something is wrong? What does that
I
mean?
already clarified on that. You weren't listening.
Yeah, I know. Clarify again, though, please.
Are you listening? I said it.
I just want to be precise here. What do you mean when you say wrong?
I already said it. I said it again. It's something that you shouldn't.
Yeah, say it again, please, so that I understand.
It's something you shouldn't do in a normative sense.
Okay, so you ought not do the thing.
Yes, bro. Holy shit.
Okay, so we ought not do the thing. Now, the second question that I have is when you say ought, are all oughts axiomatic?
All right, Andrew. Fuck you. You're wasting my time.
He has become a Sith Lord. A fellow Sith Lord.